Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. So, back to continue on the Birmingham cross-city set of scenarios. So we're on scenario 5, the 323 snow joke. Take charge on this delayed rush hour train to Redditch and back. It has been snowing hard all day. Be prepared for a change in plans. Sounds challenging, but it's the same level of difficulty of the last 3 we've done, and we've done well on 2 of them, so let's hope we do well here. Good evening, driver. Please release the passenger doors and get ready to depart as soon as possible. This train is currently running 15 minutes late and holding the following services. Please try your best to keep going despite the weather out there. Be careful, be safe. Alright, well, it's night, so that's one thing. 2. Get ourselves set there. Forget how to turn on the cabin lights. I know we've got to do. That's not working. Alright, so we'll get the wipers going. We've got a timeliness bonus. I guess that means we're ready to go. So, can only go 10. So, gotta be careful here. So, we'll worry about the other things later. So, familiar location. It is interesting that we appear to be like underneath, but we have snow here. But I'm sure when it's a snow scenario, it's just easier in the game to kind of make that happen. So, we're going to hit 20 once we get out of the yard. It's nice that it's not like penalizing us for being late. It gave us 100 points for a timeliness bonus for taking off right away, so just trying to stay up at the top level because we're about 15 seconds behind where we'd like to be. Alright, let's move along here. Again, the goal is to do this as quick as we can, so let's see. I think we are climbing a bit. Still not quite sure how to read that. I don't know if that's just the scale, 1 to 64, or what it is. But shortly we'll be going to 30. There's some more snow. I was going to say, I think we can just stay on the power we're at here. We're not going to exceed that. We're only a 2-car train too, so that helps. Again, in the tunnel here, we don't have any snow, or not much, so it's a good thing to move along with. Just telling us we've got a green signal. We've got to stop pretty soon here. So we'll move along, but we don't want to go too fast. Not that we can go much faster. We're obviously at 30 miles an hour here. So this is a shorter scenario of just about 3/4 of an hour. So we're slowing down a bit. If I go to power 2, I assume I'll speed up a smidge here. So there's the station. So the 5 ways platform. We've been here before. So we'll start slowing down. Again, we've got some room. So it's interesting, we've got snow on the ground, but we don't have snow on the platform itself, which I guess they would shovel it, so I suppose that makes sense. Alright, so let's take a quick look while we can here. So we've got 11 stops. We're going till 1859, basically. So we were within a couple seconds. So that is a good sign. We can go 30, and eventually we'll get to the point of the line where we can move along even faster. All right. Typical, I think, where we have a timeliness bonus that goes down a bit when we are not at the start. As I swear the first one was 55 on the last one, and then everything was 45 after that. But then when I looked at the final report, it confused me and made it seem like maybe I was mistaken, but... So, moving along here. We just do need to be careful of, you know, what it's going to ask us to do, because as it said, we need to watch out for things, so I don't know if we're going to have a crashed train. You know, I don't know what things can be, but I can imagine quite a few, so I want to keep an eye out and do my job as the engineer. I can go 50 now, so we'll speed ourselves up. We've got over a mile to the next station, so we've certainly got time here. But yeah, this would be almost 6:30 in the evening, so this is like the late evening rush hour of the normal type of things in Western countries, I would think. Couldn't have done that more perfect if I wanted to. That was crazy. Alright, so I can't really see the signals too well, so I just need to be careful. I don't need to slow down before the station. Telling me it's green, but I saw it there, so... Move up a little bit here in our speed. We're staying pretty close to the time we had. I mean, again, we are behind schedule, so... Gotta keep that in mind. I was watching that yellow light. It was confusing me a bit, but that's just the street light moving over, or flowing over onto the track. Definitely more challenging. I don't know that I've had a night mission as I think about it now. So this is definitely a little more stressful. You can see our train lights kind of lighting up that wall of the bridge. So if we need any further reinforcement that we are, in fact, that our lights are working, I think we have it. Alright, so we were at about 30. I think we should be okay, just staying on brake 2. We're definitely on the platform. It's just a matter of if we have to hit it any harder, but I don't think we do. I think we're in excellent shape here. Alright, so we're only about 7 seconds above what the expectation was. Still about 35 minutes or so on this run before we're expected to be done. Yeah, maybe it's just telling us we have to be aware on the, because of the snow, but not sure. I don't know why that dot is over there, as if maybe because we are leaning a bit, I guess. So maybe it just feels a little strange that way. So take off again. 0.7 miles to Selly Oak. And as I mentioned in the last run, you know, definitely getting at least familiar with the names of the stations on this run, having done enough of them. Gonna slow down a bit so that we're not accelerating quite as much, so that we can control that a bit more. And of course, we are coming up on the station, so there's only so much speed we likely want to put on here anyway. So let's start our deceleration here. Yeah, looks like we should be perfectly fine. We're at less than 30 before we even hit the platform. So we'll slow down here, kind of past the main steps. Be kind of a good stopping point for the folks to make their transition here. Alright, so we've got our stop there. Again, a little early on the platform. She may be coming to our train like, why did you stop so far back? But sometimes conductors do that, so... Conductors. I'm an engineer. I am not a conductor. Don't I understand what I do? Guard to driver. Control has just phoned to let us know that we need to run non-stop to Longbridge and that we might have to cancel the train. They will call me back with an update. I've already informed the passengers, so you are clear to proceed. Interesting. Okay. So now we're just going 4.54 miles to Longbridge. So yeah, it just, so that changed. I suppose that kind of stuff happens in the weather. So, at this point, my understanding is we just drive. We just do what we're told. Just, yeah, I think we would have stopped a few times in between, and now we're not going to do that, so... In that case, we're definitely going to get ourselves moving, because yeah, there's another platform there that we probably would have been stopping at that's just come into view. Right, so we got to be careful here because we are accelerating a bit. We've got to get down to 45 in a bit there. Nice trees, nice little pines with some snow on them. A little bit of a stutter in our wipers, or our graphics, I guess. So this platform isn't even on the map, almost as if we never stop at it. Not quite sure what that indicates, but... we are still here, we are still here. Have no fear. I think I'll slow down and a little bit of a slower progression. And again, we might have some trains stuck ahead of us because we've got the yellow light. We may shortly have a red, so we're going to want to keep track of that. Going straight ahead here through what looks like a very short little tunnel, but then we're slowing down to 30. So, yep, just under this road here. Alright, we're still yellow. So, we're going to start slowing ourselves a bit here. See how that all goes. Slow down a bit more. Looks like we're going to move over to that right track, which is probably why it's having us do that. Trying to stay right up there about where we need to be. We're not stopping at this platform. So I'm pretty sure this is one we would have stopped at, but they've told us no at this point. Alright, so now we can go 70. So let's pick up the pace. Because right now we're losing a few seconds here and there. Assume we're going to go straight, or that would not be fun, trying to make that switch at the speed we're going. But it's not asking us to do that. Getting down to almost 2 miles. So very, very nice. Looks like we're coming up. I don't know if that's Birmingham. I don't know that I've seen the buildings this clearly. Like during the day, I'm clearly not seeing them as I am now. We're probably going to get the alarm. Although I kind of did that somewhat on purpose. Let's see. Alright, we're very close on time. Let's see if I coast here, how we go. Is that the station? Yes, I think that might be the platform we want to stop at. We've got to be at 45 before we hit it anyway. So yeah, 1.14 miles, so we're just going past this one. We are still here. We're yellow. Looks like the next one's yellow too. So getting down less than a mile. Alright, I'm assuming that means it's yellow. Let's start slowing down. Not sure I need to be quite that hard on the brake yet, so we'll slow down but keep moving. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that platform is where we need to be. It's just the 0.16.15 is the leading edge of the platform, and obviously we're going to be going to the farther edge, which is why our distance is obviously further. And we've got a yellow. We've got a yellow position here. Alright, now we're in danger of having a problem. Stop, 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 stop. Come on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I was really pushing that one. Too many things going on. Alright, so we still have 11. Looks like these others, well, there's still some distance. And we're still, in theory, ending at 11:59, so our time there hasn't changed. We'll see if we still get our similar timeliness bonus. Oh, we'll only go to 20 very quickly, so let's not speed up too much. Control informs me the line to Redditch is blocked by snowdrifts, so when we get to Barnt Green, we'll have to cancel the train and return back to Birmingham. Upon arrival, please release the passenger doors, change cabs, and wait till I give you the right of way. I want to make sure all of the passengers disembark. Okay. Well, now I can see why this was a bit of a challenge, because we are suddenly having to audible all over the place. Alright, we're staying on the middle track now. I'm sure they probably maybe just switched us for what they just told us. And these trains, unlike, you know, bigger diesels that I think can go through the... Oh, I can go to 90. Unlike bigger diesels that maybe can plow through some snow a little bit, I'm sure these passenger, especially electrics, are less able to do that, so... Alright, so 2 miles to Barnt Green, and then we've got to do some fun things. But yeah, the challenge is obviously the scenario doesn't stop while we're reading, so I've been okay in keeping my control changes while I've been trying to figure out what I need to do, but it definitely requires you to pay attention to things. But obviously it's going to take us a bit to get to speed. Alright, we've got to be but 15, but that's our platform there, so that's okay. And yeah, I think this is simply a scale. So we're 1 to 302, 1 to 298 now. 1.5 miles. Kind of joining back up there, but the curve seemed a little tight, but I think it's okay. Gotta remember I'm going 90 almost, or 80 at least, so I don't want to take too long to slow down. And we're yellow there, so we're a mile out. We're going to probably get an alarm. There we go. Alright, I'm going to start braking because we're only half a mile out here. And that's going to, as we can see, come down pretty quickly. So I'm going to put more brake on here because I think otherwise we're going to be very, very unhappy. I think now we can back off a bit. Alright, so we can move along. We're still 0.2 miles away from where we need to be at 15, so I don't want to, once again, lose too much time. Because I think, you know, we're perfectly fine in where we're at. Alright. So, gotta be at 15 because we're switching tracks, and again, they are shunting us off the main line, I think, because of what our dispatcher let us know. I think in trains they're still called dispatchers, so. So the good news is we're definitely doing okay here on time. We're exactly on time right now, according to what this wants. So we'll slow this down, open the doors, as it said, and then I think it told us that we're going to get some additional info, because I don't know if I need to be like on the other end here. I think it said we needed to go back, so I'm thinking this is where I need to be. But I guess we'll see what it tells us. Because now I'm on the other end, basically heading back the way we came. And then I think it was telling us we were going to do something different. Because, yeah, then we're going right back to the Long Bridge platform. Selly Oak, University of Birmingham, 5 ways. So we're literally just, I guess, returning the way we came. I was under the impression it was sending us some other way. So I'm a little bit confused. So I need to get my wipers going here, and I also need to get my lights going on this end. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed when we popped into the cab here, we went from red to yellow on the signal, so whatever was there had cleared out for us. Getting close to when we need to take off again. And now it's green. Alright, we're running train, same stopping pattern. Okay, see you at Birmingham, so there you go. So that's exactly what we're doing. Just changed the train number. I didn't see our additional timeliness bonus, but we're still at a round number, so I'm assuming I'm doing everything I can. While I say that, I'm going to try to be careful to not suddenly do something I can't. Because, yeah, we can speed up, but then we're supposed to slow down to 15 again, so I'm assuming that probably means we're changing over to the other track here, right at this location. So obviously we're not going to speed up substantially, we're just going to keep moving. But we've got 2.5 miles, so as soon as we can speed up, we're going to. Alright, so we're going to stay, I guess, in the middle track here. Looks like we're yellow. And we've got a few seconds to spare. We're running a little bit early, but we'll see if we maintain that, because obviously as we accelerate we do lose some time, but we do only have 2 cars, so we are able to speed up pretty quickly. And if we recall, this should be very similar to the run we had, in that we're probably just going to get close to hitting 90 before we have to slow down. Well, maybe not, because we have to slow down to 30. So I'm guessing it's switching us to another track as well. Probably going to get a warning because we haven't touched the controls in a while, but that's alright. There we go. So, we are here. But 1.5, obviously under 1.2, because 70 is 1.2, so a little bit of a panic there, like which button do I need to press? But we're good. Alright, so again, because we need to get down to 30, we don't want to suddenly blow by things, because we are a train and we can't stop on a dime, although we're certainly better than a freight that's heavily loaded and much more difficult to stop. We might be able to coast in at this speed, we'll see. We're still staying ahead. This is the Long Bridge platform. Yep. So we'll drive along at this pace a bit, since we can still stay up. And we'll have to slow down a bit, but yeah, there we are. I'm sure that's our switch of tracks, as we assumed. So definitely starting to understand how this works a bit. And then we'll be able to speed up a bit if we want to head into the platform. So just coax that in a little bit. And then we'll start getting ourselves slowed down. There we go. Almost like we know what we're doing. But yeah, those poor people. Wonder, I've been in storms like this and taking public transportation and suddenly being told, we need to get you on a bus and we're going to take you over here. I know how that truly disrupts your ability to get where you need to be going. So definitely not something I envy of them. Alright, another 90. Very, very nice. And I think that would make sense, because I think we got 100 at the beginning, and if we get 90 for the other 10 points, that'll be 900. That'll give us a smooth 1,000, which I've never achieved. Would be nice. But yeah, this one, honestly, well, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of changes. This has been a little bit easier to follow than the others, because it just understandably can tell what's going on. Obviously, we've got bad weather, train can't continue, we're simply turning around, we've got a new number, and we're heading back. And obviously moving whoever wants to move along that way. We're going to have to... Oh, we're green here, never mind. We're green, but we still have to move our control. Oh, wow, I didn't realize how far we were, but I guess, yeah, we had to go like 5 miles before. So that's a bit of a run here on these tracks this evening. Get ourselves slowed down. Alright, let's see if we can coast around at that rate. We can. Should be a green signal again. And what if we got about a mile till we have to slow down to 40? So not anything too bad. We're here, we're here. So there was that little triangular sign kind of warning us, which I'm sure is the whole point. Maybe those are positioned in ways that we know, hey, you should start braking here to not make it crazy. So I'm just on brake 1. And at this point, this might work. Because we're still probably 0.1 miles away. And yeah, we're almost down here. So we'll stay up above. Good news is we're coming up on 40 seconds ahead of speed here. So that's pretty sweet. I like that. Alright, 40 and then back up to 90. After we probably join up here. Because again, we're not stopping here, so as soon as we can go, we're gonna go. Here we go. Got a signal that I can't see, 0.19 miles up. I'm assuming that's telling me it's green. Whoa. Where did that come from? Well, that is really disappointing. There was no... I swear there was no speed there. Or maybe there was. Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Ah, well, I'm not getting 1,000 again. Can't tell you how disappointing that is. I was just focused on moving. Alright, so that's our platform. So that, yeah, negated over half of one of my stops bonuses. I guess the best I can do is just try not to have that happen again. So we're still 1.3 miles out, so do have a ways to go. So no reason to slow down yet. But we're definitely getting close. Alright, under a mile. So, yeah, it is just definitely a challenging sim to just do everything perfectly the whole way, but, you know, I'm sure that's part of the point here, is it's supposed to be a bit challenging. So, we can probably go to power 1. Looks like we're climbing a bit. Alright, and I think if we do that, we'll be in good shape to stop here in a quarter mile. And then we can see University's not that far ahead. So, moving into the platform area. And then we'll apply our brakes. That didn't work quite as well as I wanted. Gonna hit them a little harder there, just to be certain, but we're good. So yeah, the button didn't take quite when I wanted it to. So yeah, we're almost 30 seconds ahead. Oh no, wait. We're 45 seconds behind. I can't read numbers. So we may have a timeliness issue here too. I hope not, but we'll see. I think we'll be okay, but yeah, we didn't quite get, so that might be why it says timeliness penalty, because I didn't get the full 90. So while I got a bonus, I didn't get the full bonus possible. So perhaps I wouldn't have made it anyway, because somehow we've fallen behind. I did not realize that. Alright, so we can go 60, but then we have to drop to 50. And we also aren't going that far, so basically by those buildings, I'm sure, is where we stop. So get ourselves to 50 there. And then slow ourselves down here. So we're in good shape that way. But again, timeliness-wise, not so good. I think again we only have to be, we're back in the position where we only have to be at 750 to get the achievement for the scenario, which is the best we can hope for. Yeah, but obviously the amount of experience we gain will be dictated a bit by, I think, what our score is I think how that all works. So let's see, do we get close to that? 72. So, yeah, we'll see. But again, we'll hit 750. I would think we'd hit 850 too, but I'm not sure. Alright, so a little over a mile and a half. So definitely a tiny run here, but longer than obviously that little jaunt we just took. Can only go to 50, so gonna hit that before we know it. So we'll keep an eye on everything at that point. We're green. That is always a good thing. So nothing to fear on the block ahead of us. Alright, so we can coast along. We are going to start going downhill, it looks like. But not for a while. Alright, nice turn. We're coming up on a tunnel in a bit. And then basically after we exit the tunnel, it looks like we've got a bit of a decline. It's not really, I was going to say the opposite of an incline. I guess that would be a decline, but alright, and then we've got to get down to 30 in about half a mile, so we'll be careful there. I think we're doing okay. Don't want to slow down again too fast, because we're obviously at risk from a timeliness perspective here. But here's where I think we're heading down. Actually, I said after the tunnel, so it's probably accurate. Alright, so I think about 1/10 of a mile. Alright, if we stay on brake 1, we should be okay. There we go. Just don't want to go too fast. That is our stop. Right around the turn. We are going downhill, so we need to kind of keep reapplying the brake every few seconds. Otherwise, we're going to get more speeding penalties, and I'm already disappointed with what I got, so let's not do that. Alright. So, we'll get ourselves stopped here. 0.2, 0.1. But we're good. We see the end of the platform, but we're not going quite that far. Alright, so one more stop. So yeah, at best, we're probably, I mean, again, if we keep sitting at the 70, because yeah, we're right about 45 seconds. So I can see why they're less than thrilled with our progress. But we need to get to 30. Oh, we got 90. That's nice. So if I get 90 again, I'll actually be above 900. So that would be pretty sweet if I can do that, but we'll see. So I can only go to 30, so I want to be cognizant of that and not press it too hard. So about 27 will drop down. Let's see, we're still speeding up. We're still speeding up, so we must have a bit of a drop again in the grade. It does look like it, I guess. If I look at the map, I guess I can see it. And then we have to be at 20 in a bit, so I want to be careful about that and not overshoot that while I'm just playing with the brake here. But we're still over 1/10 of a mile away, so we've only got to change 10 miles an hour. Alright, so now we're going to slow down because I think it's there that we've got to be below. There we go. Oop. This is speeding up pretty quickly for this little tunnel, but and again, then we've got to be down to 10, and then we slowly crawl into the station. Now this just picks up speed very quickly down here. So definitely a bit of a anomaly there. Alright, 9.8. Not quite at 10. Now we're at the 10 limit. We're still getting pushed down the hill a bit. But there we go. Now we're finally at the flat stage, I think, where we'll stay at this pace. And now we just need to crawl into the platform. We've got a ways to go, so that'll take a little bit of time. According to this, still over a minute. So enjoy the wires and the lights and the acrobats and all of that. Get up to 10.5 so that we can really be cruising along. Almost a 10% increase in speed from the 9.6 or whatever we were going. Hey, we've gotten ourselves below 1859. But yeah, at this point, if I can maintain this, we'll be below 15 seconds behind where we should have been, so that is actually quite nice, quite nice. But I'm going to pull up to where it says, because again, I would think that this platform is where I'm at is already okay, but I'm not sure that it is, so I don't know. It doesn't fully tell me I'm green in those areas, but anyway, so we're 13 seconds. So yeah, it won't let me turn off the wipers. I'm hitting the key again. So that's still an unknown problem, but this should be it, and this should wrap us up for this traversal of Birmingham Cross City. Alright, great work. Go home before the snow blocks the roads. Alright, I'm still 23. But yeah, we lost a lot. A lot of points there. But I did get that achievement. I didn't get any points achievement, but that might be all that we have. So thanks for coming along, and I will see you next time.